Welcome back to Alsace. Truly a picturesque location with wide open roads and lush green hills, but also home to a monster. I first encountered the creature while out driving in my Ferrari, where without warning, it humiliated me. So I came back with my Camaro, eager for vengeance. But like the time before, the beast made short work of me. But I wasn't done yet. I came back again with the Toyota Sports 800. But like every other attempt, you know what, actually, this one kind of makes sense. But regardless, what it did teach me is that sometimes to fight a monster, you need a monster. So let me introduce you to our monster. Now, this vehicle is not known for its stability, and that was before we stuck it back on road tyres and shoved a Porsche engine into its butt. I think I've figured out a tune that's finally going to teach that other Sambabus a lesson, and I doubt you're going to guess the direction this tune is going in. So the way I've set it up is that the faster you're going, the more this car is going to like to understeer. Now that allows power to go down to the rear wheels. Unfortunately, it means we don't turn. So we're going to get an assist with car rotation by using the handbrake. A lot. So let's head to the track. Now the first thing we need to do as the race begins is pull over. We want to start behind the Sambabus and make our victory from that position. Because at the end of this race, that Sambabus needs to know that there's a new monster in town. After the first corner, we begin to make our way up the hill, and it appears the Sambabus and I are on equal footing when it comes to straight line speed. In fact, we might have a slight advantage. But I know he struggled with fuel, having to pit 3 times, and I'm hoping by short shifting and our gear ratios, will improve our fuel consumption, meaning we can get by with 2. With all the AI slowing us down, it doesn't take long for us to spot a gap on the outside, making our way past the Sambabus and recklessly into the long sweeping corner, moving up a couple of positions, and now it's his turn to follow us as we make our way down towards my favourite corner, where I assumed there was a gap waiting for me. Only the Camaro had other ideas. Thankfully, our acceleration allows us to recover and return to moving through the grid. Looking back, we see the Sambabus struggling to get through the latter half of the grid. So as long as we continue to make progress in the way we have so far, we're going to get to a space where we can run uninterrupted laps, while his progress still gets hindered by the other AI. We're inside of the top 10 now. In fact, we're chasing down the skyline in 7th place. Pulling alongside him on the straight before we have to dip back in behind for the tight hairpin. Once that's over, we plan to make our move. Pulling out alongside yet again and ripping that handbrake, sliding into the uphill section with a decent amount of speed and the sheer power to then accelerate ahead, moving on towards the next group of cars. While overtaking 10 cars on our first lap is a pretty good start, we want more, so we cut a very fine line, squeezing in between the barrier and 6th place. Coming onto the final straight with far more speed than our opponent, claiming that position for ourselves and moving on towards the final few remaining cars. And it doesn't take us long until we've caught up to the fair lady, flying past him and into 5th place with that Lambo next on our list. We close the distance on the next corner, saddling up right behind him. Entering the long sweeping corner, and as we pulse the accelerator, sending the back slightly out, allowing us to slide wide and pass the Lamborghini into 4th place, with only the podium spots left. As we return to my favourite corner, we miss the apex and forget to change down a gear. I'm really not having much luck there. This has ruined my opportunity at third place, and I'm going to have to work really hard closing the distance on that Ferrari so we can try and make a move on the uphill section before the end of the second lap. Thankfully, the horsepower that this monster contains is really helping with that. By the top of the hill, we have taken that Ferrari and moved ourselves into third place. And with the end of the second lap, the final two cars are in our sights, and all it takes to get into that second medal position is a good exit on the first corner, as our superior exit speed allows us to cruise past the Toyota, claiming that silver medal, and now there's just one to go. With the gold medal in our sights, we follow it through the first section of the lap, with each corner shrinking the distance between the two of us. And by the time we finally close the distance, it's my favourite corner, where we slide the car in for an overtake, having a slight collision as we make our way into the lead. Seriously, what is up with this corner today? But no time to reflect on why this is completely his fault for being in my way. We need to make the most of this opportunity and pull out a lead before that other Sambabus gets into second place and starts pulling that lead back. It's the 8th lap now, and the Sambabus has only made it to third place before he's out of fuel and he's got to head into the pits. And I can't help but smirk as his position starts plummeting towards the bottom of the grid. Suck it, Sambabus. While it's great news that he has to pit now, it's only the end of this lap where we're going to be joining him in that pit stop. But two things to note. One, we don't need to change tyres. And two, while we may enter at 19 minutes, by the time we've refueled, we're coming out just after the 20-minute mark, meaning this is going to be a 2 pit stop run compared to his 3. Now that puts us in very good standing, especially since we're coming out in third and he is way back, making his way through the grid all over again. Don't even try it, Ferrari, you're not going to keep up on this straight. By the end of the 9th lap, we've closed the distance on second, relieving him of his position, and setting our sights on first, who is visible entering the chicane before the end of the lap. By the time we've caught him, he's at my favourite corner, and for once, we actually hit the apex and come out fine. Pulling alongside him as we enter the downhill corner, and it's close, real close. In fact, I back off a bit as I don't want to take the lead, shunting my opposition off the road. We'll have another opportunity to overtake him very soon, and as we come around the banked sweeping corner, we floor the accelerator, coming out very wide, but carrying a lot of speed onto the straight, allowing us to power our way back into third place. And from here on out, the only thing we need to worry about is that other Sambabus making some miraculous breakthrough. But honestly, I don't see it happening. Especially not with him returning to the pits for more fuel and dropping his way back down that leaderboard. By the time he comes out, he's 45 seconds behind, and both of us have another pit stop to make, meaning he ain't gonna get any closer. I'm pretty sure we've got this one in the bag by now. But we need something to do. Looking at the times we're sitting, and the time remaining, I think it might be possible for us to hit 25 laps in this thing, just to really bring it home. So that is our new goal. Come on, Minnie, I just said that was my goal, and now you're slowing me down. You have literally made this much harder than it needed to be. Now it is going to be incredibly close, Luckily, I managed to consistently chain together well-executed corners, managing to pull out my best lap of the race. The question is though, is it fast enough? And there we go, the Sambabus has somehow managed to claw its way around to a 25th lap, certainly earning its new title as the monster of Alsace. All we gotta do now is speed round here so we can get to the finish quickly and collect our trophy. And on that note guys, if you enjoyed any of this at all, feel free to subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps with the channel. Thanks so much for watching everyone, and we will catch you next week. Bye!